All right, so if you're in the trenches building with AI, you know the feeling, right? Testing your models. It's a grind. A lot of the time, it's the biggest bottleneck in the entire process. But what if you could just automate it? That's what we're digging into today, a really powerful tool called synthetic evaluation datasets. And this quote, man, it just nails it. On one hand, you get this incredible speed, but on the other, there's that warning, know the caveats. And that's really the tension we're going to unpack here. How do we get all that speed without, falling into the traps? Okay, so what in the world are these auto evals? Well, the idea is actually pretty simple when you break it down. Instead of people, humans, spending weeks and weeks handcrafting all this test data, you use one AI model to generate a massive, super diverse data set to evaluate another AI. Yeah, you're literally using AI to test AI. Okay, so why is this such a big deal? Why all the buzz? It really boils down to one thing, that relentless, never-ending need for speed in AI development. I mean, just look at this comparison. It is a night and day difference. The old way, traditional evals, it's a total roadblock. It's slow, it's expensive, and let's be honest, you can only cover so many edge cases. But auto evals, they just completely flip the script. Suddenly you can do continuous, really comprehensive testing. You're turning that evaluation bottleneck into a full-on development accelerator. So, it sounds amazing, right? Almost too good to be true. An automated, fast, comprehensive way to test our models. Which, of course, brings us to that big, crucial question, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, because like any super powerful tool, this one has its share of hidden traps. And trust me, ignoring them can seriously mess with the quality and the safety of the AI you're trying to build. Okay, let's start with the big one, bias. So bias is probably the most dangerous trap here. Think about it for a second. The AI that's generating your test data, it has its own biases, its own blind spots, right? So what kind of data is it going to create? Well, it's going to create test data that reflects those exact same weaknesses. You end up in this dangerous echo chamber where your model's performance looks fantastic, but it's only because it's acing a test that was basically tailor-made for its own flaws. Not good. All right, next up, we have a more subtle, kind of sneaky problem. The next trap is something called data leakage. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like giving a student the answers to the test before they take it. The generator AI might accidentally create test questions that are just super similar to what the model already saw in its training data. And the result? You get this wildly inflated score that gives you this totally false sense of confidence about how your model will actually perform on brand new problems it's never seen before. And all of that, it leads us right into our final trap. And this brings us straight to our final trap, brittleness. See, a model can get so good at passing the synthetic tests, it becomes perfectly optimized for the clean, predictable patterns of that synthetic data. But we all know the real world is messy. It's unpredictable. So a brittle model, one that looks perfect in the lab, can just shatter the second it faces the chaos of real-world data. Okay, so we've seen the incredible power. And we've seen the serious pitfalls. So how do we actually use this tool wisely, like the pros do? Let's open up the playbook. Luck. The answer isn't to just throw this amazing tool away. It's about using it smartly. And it's really a two-step strategy. Step one, you have to pair it with human review. Get real people to spot check that synthetic data. This is your absolute first line of defense against generator bias and, just plain low-quality tests. Then, step two, validate with golden datasets. These are your small, meticulously handcrafted, super high-quality benchmarks. They're your source of truth. They make sure your model isn't just getting good at passing the fake tests. So what's the big takeaway here? What's the bottom line? Well, it all comes down to understanding the proper role this tech should play in your workflow. And the core message, the thing to really remember, is this. Auto evals are accelerators, not replacements. Think of them like the gas pedal in your car. They give you incredible speed, for sure, but you absolutely still need the steering wheel. That's your human review watching for bias. And you need the brakes. Those are your golden data sets to keep you from crashing. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to think about for your own projects. As the pressure to build and ship faster and faster just keeps mounting, how are you going to strike that critical balance between the need for speed and the demand for safety? Because finding that answer, that's the real key to building AI that isn't just powerful, but is also trustworthy. Thanks for joining me.